Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me on another of my monologues. Today, I'm just going to smoke my pipe as I talk to you, and I've got some rather interesting tobacco in the pipe actually. And if you want to know what it is, switch over to the Vogue Show account, in which there's quite a surprise really, and you'll find out what that is if you're interested at all in my pipe smoking videos, which is a different channel, as I say, over on the Vogue Show. The link is in the description if you search for it. Today, I want to talk about Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz. Only in as much as I think we have reached that point now where publicly, certainly legally, Dorothy and her motley crew have got to the Emerald City, and there they've seen all the bluster and the frightening spectacle of this so-called Wizard of Oz. And now we've seen that Toto has been pulling at a curtain. And I think now we've seen Dorothy pulls back the curtain. I can't remember exactly the scene precisely, but you know, we know that's what happens. And we see the little old man. We see the fraud. We see the evidence now that what many of the people in the freedom movement and people in the truth-telling movement, the sovereign people have been saying, particularly about things like legal fictions. We're seeing this UCC1 declaration now, which has been flipped thanks to this chap, Javinder, I think his name is Tybal, is it? People have sent me lots of videos and interviews and various things. And this is going to proliferate across over the next month or two, and people are slowly going to work out, hang on a minute, these people who were talking about the all caps name, about the securitized bond, were right. Those people in the comments and those 77th Brigade who were desperately trying to throw people off and say, oh, don't be ridiculous, this is the most nonsense thing you've ever seen, will start to have to hide their faces in shame. For, of course, the truth is like a lion. You just have to let it roam free. It can look after itself. And that is what's happening. That is what's happening. And we've seen, if you like, another metaphor then, the dam that is busting. Barnes-Wallis's bomb has bounced across the waters of the dam and hit the restraining wall. And we have seen massive sized bricks come out. And this is fantastic news, because we have them on the back foot. We have them on the back foot. We have legal precedents now. I don't fully understand it. I'm not saying that I do, and I can't give you an immediate say, oh, here we go, this is what it is. But I can tell you that when people are writing to you in the all caps name, they're not writing to you, they're writing to the placenta. They're writing to somebody else. These bills, we are the creditors, not the debtors. And we've been fooled into thinking that we were the debtors. So this will all come out in the great fullness of time. And I think we should rejoice. However, of course, you know that thing when people, and you see it in the films, and the films are sometimes, you know, the big movies are kind of an indication of what goes on in the world, even if it's at a fanciful level. That bit where the hero, beaten up, downtrodden, you know, crawling along with broken bones and broken bodies, and has discovered what the McNasty people are up to. And there's that moment, isn't there, when he spies them. They think they're safe. They think they're all okay in their little enclave, wherever that is, and he pulls back the curtain, or he's looking through his binoculars or whatever, and they then see him looking at them, and they know now it's over. It's the fight to the finish. I think we're there. I think that with this ruling and many other situations, it is that moment in which they go, oh, expletive, oh, bugger, we've been found out. Not just by a few people that knew anyway or suspected, but by legal proof. And now we see the mad rush. And this is why I think I've been saying in the past, it is like the head of the monster has been chopped off and all the tentacles are spewing all over the place, desperately trying to do things. So, of course, overnight, nothing is going to change initially, I don't suppose. But we are on the inevitable down. And remember, good always wins over evil. Good always wins. We must keep a firm idea of that in our minds. Because this is a game of good and evil. And good wins. And the important thing here is to remember that. And that, in a way, is, you know, we've had the Great Reset. They talk about the Great Reset. And there are others that say resets have taken place every so many 100 years, whatever it is, or 1,000 years, or whatever, that we've been going around in circles, really, resetting and starting and resetting and starting again, because there always comes a point where the good guys find out what the bad guys have been up to, and the bad guys go, uh-oh, we need to wipe out everyone, start again, so that we can continue with our schemes, whatever they are, the get-rich schemes, the keeping people down schemes, you know. And it would seem to me that that's the situation. However, sometimes in that reset, and I think we are in that one, this is where the good guys say, not this time. Not this time. You may have jabbed everybody. You may have put secret stuff in everybody. You may be building your 15-minute cities. You may be creating a debt society. You may be having, I was being told that in the future we're going to be having drones surveying around. I mean, can you imagine the effort required in order to keep noble, upright, positive men and women with souls, real souls alive, down, and in this particular world with all the technology? I mean, it is barking mad in my mind to think that they would need to have so much infrastructure in. And people will say, yeah, but they've got it. They've got the 5G towers. They've got this, and they've got, you know, the Bluetooth circling around in physical bodies and emitting, and the facial recognition technology. And you think, is it really come to that amount of technological, that expense? Are they really that frightened of us that they need to go to such an extreme, such a huge extreme to keep us down? And do you think that that is going to long term going to win? Of course it isn't. How can it? There will always be those that will break out the system. There will always be those that manage to circumnavigate all the controls. And I can't see that they can get this done personally. But they will put the fear of goodness into us. They will put the fear that it's happening. They will go through the motions. I don't think they're going to stop immediately. In fact, they'll probably get more aggressive. We've seen, you know, the government is now talking about doing the chemtrails and all this sort of thing up in the sky to dim the sun. I mean, they've already been doing it. This is the part now where they're forced into the soft disclosure, and I think it'll be not so much soft. I think there'll be abrupt disclosures, all the things they really want to do, and we'll see more of their hyena teeth coming out. We'll see the masks slipping even more. They won't even be kind, benevolent, or on the face of it. I think we'll just see the satanic faces showing through, the fake masks that they have, that they're on our side, the utility companies, the big corporations, the courts, the government. I mean, we've been seeing that they're transparent. Now they're positively melting these masks so that we can see the evil characters behind it, the ones that have sold their souls to the devil. This has come to that point, and I think in the rest of this year will be a massive more disclosures and positive things. And but there may well be the attempt to put the genie back in the bottle by them. The genie's not going back in that bottle, by the way. It is too late. And so I guess their only other thing is to press the detonator to try and get the reset completely done. But I don't think on this occasion it's going to work. So the outcome is positive. It will, as many of us have said, it's going to be a bit turbulent, but hold your nerve. That's the key thing. Hold your nerve. Because the good guys win. The good guys win. I said I had some great tobacco. This is really good tobacco. It's just, I'm not concentrating too much on lighting it. Tell you what, you get a great nicotine hit from this one. Anyway, I want to tell you also, before I go, I was asked at an event that we went to up in Burnley by a lady called, if I can read my own writing here, Malinka, I think her name was. And she was making me aware that on the 30th of April, so in a few days' time, at 7 p.m. UK British summertime, and across the world at the same time, but work it out where you are, whatever 7 p.m. British summertime is in your place. For 7 minutes, people across the world are getting together silently in prayer, in meditation, in contemplation, however you wish to describe it, and sending out a message of pure love. So for 7 minutes from 7 o'clock, British summertime, you want to take part in it. On the 30th of April, people are getting together, millions of them will be getting together and just sitting down for one moment. And I, in my previous video, saying, stop, take time for yourself. So this is happening. And you may want to be part of it. There's no website to go to. There's no link to follow. There's nothing like that. It's just at 7 p.m. in the evening on the 30th of April, people are getting together and they're just sending out this spiritual message. It may be too woo-woo for you, and you may think it's a load of old nonsense, and that's fine. But those that understand that may get together and just to surround the whole earth, or whatever this realm is, because I'm aware that some people don't believe it, whatever, in a mass amount of spiritual love. Because it has been proved that when people en masse meditate on one specific thing for good, things do change. So I think that's a fascinating thing. But I wanted to bring that to you. Obviously, check out your own time, wherever you happen to be in the world, that corresponds to that 7 p.m. in British summertime on the April the 30th. We are seeing such interesting and fascinating disclosures. It's very hard to keep up with it, really. The key thing is not to worry, but be prepared, We are seeing the attack on farmers. We are seeing the attack on food. We are seeing the attack on anybody who speaks out. Anybody now, who even prays, we're seeing them. Everything is being hyped up to the nth degree. And that will, of course, continue a little while as the goodness and as truth starts to obliterate all and shines light on those shadows. And then those shadowy people will unfortunately wither and disappear, and life will be better. We're getting there. That's the thing. Rejoice. We're getting there. Enjoy your life. Be positive. Don't worry too much. Laugh. Smile at one another. Make new friends. Keep the light shining bright, as I am with my lighter. Till next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.